Right, I think it might be okay now. Right, sorry, let's try again, guys? I'm really sorry about this. Let's just see if anybody's back in this new one. What a piece of crap, eh? I don't know if anybody's in the room yet. Oh, the troubles of having... I've checked my broadband speed though. I think I'm getting alright speed, so I don't know why it keeps happening. Morning Nils, morning Aaron. Broadband speed's okay. It's nothing that I wouldn't have had before. Terrible. I know. But I've just done a quick test that I don't really know what the issue is unless it's my actual PC that's letting me down. But what's happened with a Mac is I've tried to download the new version of OBS and for some reason it's not doing it. It's not going on correctly. I don't know what the issue is. So when you go onto the OBS website, you search for it, you press download, no bueno. It doesn't let you. Back, Nick. Yeah, back in the room, Nick. Sorry about this. You want your money back? I ain't taking any checks off yet. I suppose that's the thing though, isn't it, right? It's not too bad, is it? These people that are charging you, they've got to try and, provide a service, haven't they? But I just look like an idiot all the time, so... Mine's a free peep show. I'm happy with yesterday though, guys, to be honest with you. It was a good one. But execution was good. So I'm pretty happy with it, basically. Just, why is it saying... I don't think it's saying I've got any data again. Yeah, the YouTube clock's clicking. Can everybody hear me? This is so frustrating. Can everybody hear me? Or am I talking to myself again? This is absolutely incredible. Right, all good. Let's hope we can crack on with it. I don't know why, right? Just do a quick speed test again on the internet. It seems to be okay. I don't know why it wouldn't be good. That's acceptable. Sort of. I've got my charts and stuff running as well, but cool. Hopefully there's a long year for us anyway, right? So let's get into it quickly in case we get shut off. I will be taking a long on this Badger today, especially if we can get a pullback. Tight balance. Right, yesterday as well, if you look at that trade that I said yesterday to Mechanical Trading Systems, I said to him, if you fade the first move out of balance, look what's happened. Green candle back inside balance. That would be your entry at 8:10. That would be your stop box. You've got some decent R there, guys. 1, 2, 3. Now, I don't know how you would manage that position. That would be something that everybody would have to sort of think about themselves, but I'm just giving you a mechanical type entry. I think Mechanical pointed out to me yesterday that it is a profitable system with a few different parameters on it, right? Have a look at it. Have a look at it. There's loads of little things that you can do with this opening range. It just, it's your upload speed you need to look at. Thanks, Egyptian Trade. We'll have a look at that. I'm going to take my PC down to... There's my friend on here who's actually works with computers. He's going to have a look at it for me. I don't know if there's something wrong with that. But right, so let's get into that mechanical system yesterday because I think it's dead interesting that. He sent me the results on pound dollar and I think he sent me results on euro dollar. It's a profitable system. If you're fading the opening range break on that, there's a few different parameters on it, right? But it is a profitable system. The results look good. They look decent. You can make an algo from it. You could even get Mechanical to do it. You could even do it yourself if you try and learn how to do pro real time and have a look at it and learn at the inputs and outputs of it. I imagine it will take, I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe 6 months or something to find your way around pro real time though with that type of stuff, because it's quite difficult to get your head around on first glance. So I don't think it's something that you can pick up straight away. But if you're willing to put the time in yourselves and have a look at it, I bet you could do okay. and try and get your own algos together. If you want to quicken it up, then go and see Mechanical, or go and see a coder. I was speaking to a prop trader yesterday, and he's got somebody like a programmer that he has ideas to. He throws the ideas to them, and they sort of give him, like 1,000 or 5,000 trades worth of data, stuff like that. Now, at first glance, it's very interesting to see the data so quick, but I always say you can't be eyeballing the chart yourself. Why? Because I would have never picked that up, would I? I would have never picked. I've only got this edge here from seeing this happen every day. Like, well, not every day, but in a large number of days that I've seen, the DAX tends to do this a lot, where it moves through the initial balance and then closes back into it, and it normally happens the best in the first hour or the first hour and off. So that's something that you could add in as well. Another filter to the algo is it has to happen within the first hour. Something like that. There's loads of little things that you can add to it. Now, the basic premise of the strategy is profitable. It is a profitable strategy. I've spoken to some people and they say they think that it would be profitable where the volatility is, so you could get yourself a volatility scanner and try and use it with that. Something to think about again. But I actually just think if you traded it with currencies in the DAX and you just added the filters, traded it the right time of day, I think it could be a profitable strategy and an algo that you could set up yourself pretty easily, I think, with a bit of work. Have a look at it, guys. There's edge there. There's definitely edge there. Nick, so you've been stopped out, right? Where were you stopped out then? How come you -1 short the opening range and flip long at 15157, 825 candle? Right, so are you trading the breakout of the opening range itself then? I suppose, are you using a different opening range than me, initial balance than me, Nick, on the DAX? Are you using the tighter one on the 1 minute time frame or something? I'd be looking at this today though. Pull back into here and get long. That's what I'd be thinking. Doesn't make any difference to my trade theory, but it does look slightly bullish now, this does, on the bigger time frames. Like I said to you yesterday, stock charts for dummies again. Does look like a perfect inverse head and shoulders, doesn't it, that now? It really does. It looks sort of very symmetrical. The right shoulder's in the right area. You've got a V bottom for a head, decent left shoulder, and then obviously all we need now is to go and probe up to these highs here and break out, and you could argue that your measured move target's going to be from this low to this high. You could argue if we break out, we're going to be going up here to challenge these highs here, this high and this high. So you've got this other big 1 hour sort of, well, is it an engulfing candle that? Maybe just the body is, definitely. Because I like to get the bodies engulfing. I don't know if the bottom is, let me just have a look in. Yeah, just. You've got this huge 1 hour candle now. Maybe we could get some momentum to the upside and go and probe, especially above this sort of neckline. It's interesting. A lot of people think these patterns don't work, because they're all in these, you read the stock charts for dummies and stuff, and they're all in there, aren't they? But we normally do bottom like that. I don't know if everybody can see that inverse. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I like to, for me, on a shorter time frame, this is a great trade for me. The short of that line there, if there's a fake out there into that neckline, and we go into this and we fake out and roll over, I love that trade on the shorter time frame. It's a nice setup. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, so the first 5 minute candle is 8 is your opening range where all the volume is. Okay. Mechanical's giving you the parameters of the how you use the bigger IB. Have a look at that, guys, in the comments. If this breaks up on the consolidation from yesterday, may provide for the push up. Yeah, they do. I know that myself, Nick. They do often fail as much as they work. That's why we've got risk reward though, isn't it? Really, if you're trading them, you can, I mean, I know, but I do know somebody that trades just head and shoulders patterns. Tom's told me about a guy that used to trade head and shoulder patterns in prop. That's all he did, head and shoulders. That's it. But it's the risk reward profile, I imagine, that it's making him profitable with it. And with chart patterns like that, they do give you can pinpoint where you're probably most likely to be wrong with them. And I imagine it's all bias in context again, isn't it? Like Woollangabe yesterday saying that moving averages don't work. Well, I don't think anything works if you do it all the time. I think that's proven with what Mechanical was saying with this edge that I pointed out yesterday. If you trade every one, it's not profitable, right? But if you can filter the ones where you're most probable to make money, and add different filters to it, it turns it into a profitable system. That was the point that I was trying to get over to Woollangabe yesterday, but I think it got lost in the context of what I was trying to say. And obviously, I do value his input. I really do. He seems like a good guy, but I think we both sort of were saying the same thing, but he hadn't got a voice, I'd got a voice, and he's sort of typing it out, and I'm sort of speaking. So it's like it must be very difficult to communicate like that for everybody. But that's the point, right? Nothing works all of the time. Having a different context, a filter that you can add on to something, is what makes a strategy profitable. You can turn something that is break even or slightly losing into something that could potentially be a really good strategy. It's risk reward, and also the key in filterizing out the bad trades, or the ones that you probably shouldn't take because the risk reward might not be there. Like you might be in a downtrend. You might be trying to buy in a downtrend or trade a strategy that breaks out to the upside in an established downtrend. There's loads of little things that you can do. Now, Mechanical pointed out yesterday that he added something called a Kaufman efficiency indicator. I looked into that yesterday. It looked like a really interesting indicator, to be honest with you. I think I've pronounced it right. Yeah, it's a good one. And this is what we have to do as traders, isn't it? Like, indicators all work in the right context. It's up to us to put them in the context where we can make the best use of them. Has anybody had a good week so far this week? Then I'm preferring this week than last week, to be honest with you. I'd done my arse by this point last week. Slightly up though today. I did think it'd crack on a lot more than it did yesterday though, guys, if I'm being honest with you. I was sort of looking at it. I actually went football last night, and it was one of them. I went to my little lad's coaching session, and when I finished it, because I can't check my phone or look at my phone or manage anything while I'm there, but I looked at it, and it was one of them where you're just thinking to yourself, please just be like at 5,260. Sorry, at 15,260. I was thinking to myself that this could have happened yesterday. This is what I was holding for. This measured move. I thought that this looked like it could be a bull flag of some sorts. This, and I thought this could be the flag, and this could be the actual. This could be the flagpole, and this could be the flag. I don't know if you can see that. Now I know it's like very sort of retail, Ricky stock charts for dummy stuff, but I actually thought it looked quite good, and it was tightening up down here, and I was liking these sorts of bids. Like we'd rotate down underneath here, and straight away they'd get it back up again. I was looking at this low as being critical. Every time we sort of went beneath this low, straight away we got pushed back up. And then we had another go, and we got a nice big bullish candle here at 3:30. And then we had another go, and we got pushed straight back. When I'm thinking to myself, right, this is really going to go. I'm sure it is. And I was looking at all sorts of stuff, just all discretionary, and it had no bearing in my trading, but I was just trying to judge that if this was going to go here, could it go? Could it push up? And then I think I left for training at about 5 o'clock, and it looked really good in here. I was thinking, brilliant, held like a ledge all day. Finally getting rewarded for doing the right thing. And then at the end of the day, it just didn't really go. And then I scalped out after seeing this candle here at 7:20. You'll see that on my scalp. Football had finished at that point. 9:31, yeah. So that was the scalp. I saw this fail here, And I thought, right, as it started rolling over, I thought I'm going to have to get back out of there because it's more than likely going to come in for these stops here once it had failed going through that high. Just didn't like it there. So I took a scale there and then managed to get out the rest of it at 9 o'clock. But it's one of them. It looked really good. I thought this is the leg and then this is the consolidation and then we're going to get another leg up into this point here like that. Can you see that? Like ABC equals D again. But now we're doing it. Now we're going up without me. And it wouldn't have mattered because obviously I would never have let this position ride without having my stop to break even, and my entry was here. So even if I would have put my stop to break even overnight, I would have just made no money because I would have been stopped out here at 10 past 9ish. So it's one of them. Yeah, Egyptian. So the initial balance for me on FX is 7 to 8. 7 to 8 again. Right, Nick. So you were looking at the same as me where you're on that bull flag. It did, didn't it? It looked like it was gonna go. Yeah, you see very similar things to me with the darks. So you were similar as well, Nils, right? Hey up, Nikos is just jumping in. S&P gave you an entry the same. I'm not looking at the S&P Nikos. I'm looking at the DAX. Gets the S&P chart up as fast as he can. What have I missed? There's always something that you've missed in this shit show of a market. Are you long the S&P then, Mikos? I can't see that entry. But yeah, you get sometimes with trading you get rewarded for doing the wrong thing, and that's what sort of sets you off in it down the sort of path of the doom loop. But yesterday my execution was perfect. I didn't shy away from buying the high of day, and it worked out all right. But I felt like I should have been paid more for yesterday. I thought it was going up here yesterday. My target was 15.3, and now it's doing it without me. So. It sucks, right? It does suck, but this is trading. Broke balance and then retested. Mikos, yes. Mikos is giving all the keys away to the castle here, guys. Or in my case, keys away to the bedsit. But yeah. Yeah, so there is pre-market Egyptian trader on FX. I don't technically there isn't, but I found that the 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. does work for the pound especially. The pound markets especially. Why is that? Well, I think most of the flow happens around that time. I do, from what I've seen. Might be completely wrong, and I'm happy to be called out because I know I have not been on an FX dealing desk like some people in here. But I would suggest if Mikos is saying that he thinks there's something at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m, you should probably all take note of it really, because he has been on the FX desks. What a piece of shit this is going up without me. Can't believe it. If it pulls back though, we've got to take this trade today. We have to take it. Could get a rejection. Hopefully, Nick. Hopefully we get a pullback and we're going to get long. If I was discretionary yesterday, I would. You got to be right. It's really extending now. DAX says it's going for it. What a piece of shit market though, eh? It's held everybody off yesterday. This sucker has here. Held everybody off, so you didn't get paid. And then obviously everybody stopped. You just have to look at what's happened here. You've got the drive up. You've got the bull flag. So obviously, if I can see it, and we've got 3 or 4 other people in the room who are looking at the same thing as me, they're all trading this the same as what I am, right? Now, I would suggest that if I tried to be a ledge last night and left my trade open, thinking I was going to get paid up overnight, and this was going to extend, I would have probably put my stop underneath this low, or maybe like 10 pips below it, something like that. The low's 20. 19. 10 pips below it is 109. So let's just look at it like this, right? You put your stop 10 ticks beneath that low thinking you're safe, it could extend overnight. The low is 19. The low of the move overnight is 109 plus spread, so you would have been stopped out, and then now they're going up without you. And this type of thing does my head in. It drives me mad. If anybody's long though, fantastic work, guys. 15.3 is a 3R trade and ATR 2. To me, that's the key level in it in the market. If that's what we're saying, if we think we've bottomed and this is a bottoming pattern, which you'd have to argue it is a bottoming pattern, wouldn't you? In inverse head and shoulders. Now, for me, I think that's obviously the key to the market. That level is, if we don't get past there and we fail at this level here and roll back over, we're highly likely to go and press this low here. If we get through, then we're off to the races again, aren't we? I think a good discretionary trade for me on a shorter time frame would be to short that level there, especially if we like leg up into it like we are doing now and smash into it and then roll. Could be a nice trade there on the shorter time frame. But I would much prefer for us to get a pullback here now and then go and use the level as a magnet to target into. But it doesn't look like it's going to do it. It looks like it's just going to go straight into it. If we pulled back here now and compressed on the pullback, I would take the long, and obviously you'd be looking at that as your first sort of scale out for me, because I do think we're going to go there. Yeah, I am too, Mikos. I'm the world's worst DAX trader myself, to be fair. It's such a slippery snake, the DAX is. It's just such a pile of manure. Every day it does what you don't want it to do. It's like constantly trying to go to like the worst spots in your trading. The DAX will always take you there. If you move your stop too quickly, you can guarantee on the big move it'll go without you and stop you out because you move your stop too quickly. If the market doesn't do what you'd think it's going to do and you move your stop too quickly, it will make you think that you're okay and you don't need to do it, and then it'll stop you out. It's like it figures out. I think all markets are like that, but because the DAX moves like how it does, and it's so illiquid, I think it just does it a lot more. You see a lot more of it. It's such a slippery snake. But when you get a good trending day on the DAX, it's really nice. It's beautiful. And often it doesn't come back and test you. What I have seen with the US markets is they do test you a lot more often. I can often get an entry on the Dow, on a discretionary 1 minute or 2 minute time frame, and there's loads of times where I think like, right, I have absolutely nailed the top of that move. The market it's not coming back there, and massive amount of the time it would always trade right back through me, and basically stop me out and then go. Or if I move my stop to break even, it would ping my stop and then go. Like it comes back, the Dow and the S&P does a lot of the time to test certain levels. I found the DAX doesn't do that as much, but it will just go straight through you. That's what I've seen. That's my feelings about it anyway. I don't know if that can help anybody. Jump. Good luck today, everyone. Good luck, Mikos. Have a good day, mate. I'm sure you'll smash it anyway. Thanks for jumping in. What have you YOLO'd long, Egyptian trader? What are you YOLOing into? Let me know. The DAX. Are you in long on the DAX? If so, what's your entry? What's your entry and what's your stop? Because I would have to imagine if you're YOLOing into this here long, like, where's your stop going to go? That's the thing, isn't it, right? Where is your stop going? Let's say, right, you're buying into this here now. Where's your stop going to go? Gary's long S&P too, with some engulfing candle, hourly engulfing, and then some more context. Nice one, Gary. I hope it works out for you, pal. It does look like we've bottomed though, doesn't it? I dare you to short the DAX at 190, price absorbed, so do we feel to sell off to the low today? I don't know, Kyle. I don't know. I would suggest that today, as long as we stay above the IB, we're in bull mode, really looking at the price action. On the chart, I would suggest we're in bull mode. Now, could this all unwind very quickly? Maybe. But I would just suggest with this leg up, these drives up like this, they're very bullish for me. Now, I wouldn't want to be sort of shorting into this at all in any way. Now, a lot of people do, and they sort of use pivot points or whatever, or I would suggest the only short trade that I would be interested in today is the short of this line here, the head and shoulders neckline, because that's where you could get the trap through this point here, this level. So for me, that would be a good short point. Don't take that as a trading entry in any way, but that would be the only entry for me if I was thinking I was going to get short. You've got to be careful trying to short these moves here, for me, especially with this type of price action. Looks very bullish. So yeah. Egyptian, what have you YOLO'd? You still haven't told me. This is the thing with buying in here, right, guys? Where's the stop going to go? For me, my stop, from my mechanical system, my stop would have to go beneath this low. It's just like it's not get. Is that going to be a profitable entry for me? It's just not at all. But I didn't get the pullback that I needed anyway to even get me long. But you could still be right today. If today's a bullish day, this is what I say about putting your stop somewhere where you are going to still be right and not get stopped out. So we could come all the way back down here and then pull up and go back up again. So your stop's got to go here, hasn't it? Because if you put your stop here, beneath this low, or you put your stop even here, we could, I know you wouldn't want to hold it all the way back there, but we could in theory come all the way back and then round it up and go back up again in the afternoon session. Who knows? This is what I try and do. So for me to be wrong on this trade, my stop would have to go all the way down here today, which makes actually making any money very, very difficult on the actual day. So I would need to see some sort of a pullback and then some structure being made. Pull back into here, some structure being made, and then obviously round up and a breakout up to this level. That would be my perfect type of price action. So something like this, where you pull back like so into these sorts of wick highs. You go like this. Maybe get a bounce up. This is very guru here now, isn't it? Like so. And then we break out of this structure here. And as we go through that high, as we go through this high here, that's where my long point will be. And then I will put my stop underneath these lows here, and then I will target this point, and then hopefully higher. Just something like that. That's what I'm looking for to get myself long. And what I would want to see is people going short in here, thinking that, like, I think somebody called out before that the pivot point was there. So let's have a look at the pivot points. Right, so my pivot points aren't giving me the exact line as being there. But just basically a short, so people, and then push up, basically. I think the stream's gone down again. I don't understand what's going on with this. Yeah, we're in buffer mode, guys. Good morning, Ed. Morning, WB. I think, guys, I don't know if you can hear me. I think the stream's just gone, so I'm going to call it a day. It's frozen nils, yeah. Everybody in here, I do thank you for dropping in. I'm going to have to sort this out. I'll have to get my Mac back on again, but same as say, the OBS isn't letting me download the new version of it to my Mac. I don't know why. So I'm sure you can all hear me. I hope so anyway. But thank you very much for calling in, but I'm going to call it a day. You know what I'm after, what I'm looking at to get long, personally. Don't take that as any trade advice though, because same say, with my hit rate at the moment, you probably do your arse. But that's what I'm hoping. I'm thinking we're in bull mode today, and I think we're going to go and have a poke above that neckline. So, hope you have a good day and smash it. I'll report back tomorrow and hopefully have a decent stream for you, alright? Thanks guys, take care. Thank you very much, see you later.